proclamation. Yeah. That's not. If I gave it to you, it'd be mean.
I know.
That's not. It says 60 plus. It says 60 plus. Good. Smithville Board of Aldermen meeting is now called to order. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I have a number of proclamations to give, and we'll save some time and just get pictures real quick. The first one is Older Americans Month. Deb.
Yes.
Here you go.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. May is Older Americans Month. Municipal Clerks Week. Linda, you take a picture of yourself.
Can you take a picture?
May 1st through 7th is Clerks Week.
May is an awful lot.
Chuck, I think you're next. Go for it.
I want to thank the community, and really I want to thank our public works staff taking care of your water, sewer, streets, and we'll even include the Parks Department. So I'll give a shout out to Matt.
Still on? Okay. Yeah, May 15th through 21st, Ready and Resilient is Public Works Week this year. You're up next. He's not here. He's not. May 15th to 21st is also Police Week. I don't know why you guys want to share this.
We'll share.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I know Chief's an important conference. Thank you. I look at the back of the room and see a lot of billable hours, so we need to get moving. That's you too, Megan. All right, first item on the agenda is the consent agenda.
Can I make a motion?
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion to move the Lake Fest special permit liquor license out.
So 1052 and 1053.
Yes, please.
Move down to, I'll make those after this. We'll make those
Okay.
Make a number 13.
Thank you.
So there's a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor of amending the agenda to make resolution 1052, 1053, item number 13 on the agenda? Say aye.
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 Say no. We good to go now, Linda? All right. Now the consent agenda as amended. Any discussion? Or do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended? Alderman Yulidol?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on the consent agenda as amended? All those in favor of approving the consent agenda as amended, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the committee reports. The first one is the EDC report.
I'll go ahead and do that, Mayor. Had EDC report on 4/26. Chamber of Commerce reported the first ribbon cutting was at 5 o'clock It's already came and gone with Academy Hair Design and Beauty. He also reported there were 9 new members of the Chamber of Commerce as of that month. On the school district report, they had good feedback from the community forum with the info that will help update their master building plan. The process has already been starting in replacing the superintendent who's stepping down. And Miss Denise Hardwood was appointed the interim superintendent. The downtown committee is still looking for more volunteers for the upcoming events. Some of the dashboard numbers they had was special events are at 18 so far in 2022. Residential permits at 47, which is up from 25 of last year. Commercial permits are at 0 so far. The sales tax is up 10%. Usage tax is up 20%. Business licenses renewals are at 625 for that year so far. Anna Mitchell will be attending and has already returned back from a week-long EDC training seminar. So she's chock full of good information to share with the city. Alicia Ness was reelected as chairman and Jason Hoyt is our new vice chairman. The Neighborhood Improvement District was reviewed and determined on what they wanted to do, and they will get more details and as it's rewritten and passed on to the recommendations to the city alderman. Anna, is there anything that we need to add? Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I do want to add one thing. I know I met with the chamber board as well, and they had requested business information to start reaching out to businesses as well. So I think they already got that from Linda. So. Yep. Next item is Parks and Rec Committee. Alderman Hartman, you have anything to report from Parks and Rec Committee?
Yeah, absolutely, Mayor. Thank you. We met last Thursday and had our Parks and Rec director reviewed and updated us on the Diamond Crest Park, which I believe the city administrator report will touch on that and show some pictures as well. So we're very excited about that. I actually drove by last Friday and it's beautiful, and I've actually received several comments on that. We had a resignation from the board individual that was moving out of the, I can't remember, Mayor, if it was moving out of the community or just time constraints. So we are looking for actively looking for park and board members. Did I miss anything, sir?
I think that's it. Yeah, Jim's term was up next month, and he's been busy and was going to miss the meeting anyway. So, yeah, we are accepting applications. I know we've got some from other things, but Parks and Rec need to live in city limits and fill out an application online. Or if you come in, we can print one too, I think. So either way. Next item on the agenda is the city administrator's report. Ms. Wagner, do you have anything to add to your report?
Just as a reminder, as Alderman Hartman indicated, we do have pictures of updates on the Diamond Crest Park. We'll schedule an official ribbon cutting later in the month once everything's complete, but I've seen lots of pictures of people enjoying the park already. So that's great. And you see people out there when it's not a rainy day or a cold like today. Just keep your eyes out beginning tomorrow on social media. The morning after meetings, we will provide information to residents on the big takeaway, letting them know items that were approved in the agenda and kind of providing an overview of that as a continued effort to try to provide information as follow-up and communicating with this residents. We do have information in the packet with regard to funds, a grant opportunity through the county of ARPA funds for tourism. Anna is working with the Main Street group in trying to identify a potential of wayfinding signs. And so there's a quick turnaround on that submission. So we'll submit that and let you all know how that process goes. And that will be included as part of budget discussion then as well, because there is a grant, a match associated with that. There is information in the packet outlining the results of the e-waste and shredding event, which was our first annual event that was included as part of contract renewal through our trash hauler. Also keep your eyes out later in the summer. Hopefully by July 3rd, we'll have a new website, a little bit of a refresh, some change in colors, a little bit different background, and we're working to ensure that we have updated information out there on a regular basis. Mill and overlay on Tillman was completed this weekend, and we've actually already started receiving some compliments on that and appreciation for that. So that project is complete. Wanted to let you know also, Chuck had a progress meeting on the status of the raw water pump station and the Smiths Fork Pump Station project. That occurred after the report went out, so I wasn't able to include this information in the agenda. This raw water pump station is actually up. The original schedule for that was to be completed in August, but supply chain issues have delayed delivery of the pump. So the actual building is up. We're still waiting on the pump, so we can't complete that project until we have that. That is anticipated in August. The valve box then cannot be constructed until the pumps are installed. So that's going to slow some of the progress there. The months of October and September are heavy water demand months, so we won't take that down at the time that we're in real high. Sorry. We won't take it down during the bypass during that period of time. We anticipate completion of the project then later in October and November. The lift station is progressing. We have, because of the rain and just because of where we are out there, we're running into significant groundwater and have had to really do significant dewatering to the hole. Chuck did provide pictures and I didn't load them on the computer. We'll include those in the big takeaway, so you guys will have something to look forward to in that tomorrow, but there are some good pictures of the progress out there. The lift station is expected to be complete and in service in June, except for a backup generator, which again, delivery is delayed until March of 23. So that will just be the backup generator. It will be placed into service and the backup will be installed at a later date. Pending unforeseen weather and other issues, we do anticipate being able to open the campground back up to full use of all sites the July 4th weekend. Now, if we have additional rain and issues there, we will open up the campground for reservations. We had kind of done a rolling reservation to look at. We had reservations open through Memorial Day. We're opening them up. I believe it's next week, beginning the June 1 reservations. And then we'll continue to evaluate what sites are available as construction progresses. Matt is also involved in those update meetings, so he's monitoring that. And then just a quick reminder, I'll remind you of this again on the 17th, but make sure on your calendar is May 25th, all day. We will meet as a board for our retreat or financial summit, and we'll be meeting at 6889 North Oak Traffic Way in Gladstone. I believe that is my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Next item, or any questions for Ms. Wagner before we move forward? Any public comment before we move? Oh, go ahead.
A quick question. Thank you, Mayor. Cynthia, you said July 4th. Is that weekend before July 4th or July 4th today? It's that the weekend before July 4th. Okay.
So
Okay.
hopefully, depending upon the weather and depending upon construction contract progress. But yes, that is the goal.
Thank you.
Yes, I can have a question here too. I haven't been down to Smith's Fork that far in. Is this at the very back of the campground that the construction is?
Yeah.
And that's like one of the main turnarounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That little white house that's back there.
Yeah.
Little shed
it's
looking
always-
thing. Yeah.
When I'm down there, it's always fully covered by trees.
You
And I
can't
think
really see it unless
know there's something
in the
back
wintertime
there.
you can see it. Yeah.
I never knew what it
Yeah.
was.
Now that's so, but then there's also construction at the front, the raw water pump station. So there are two buildings being built. One in the rear, the one in the rear is the one that's has the impact on the campground.
Okay.
The sewer lift station.
Did I say
No.
water?
That's fine. We have raw water
The
pumps in
sewer
there and
lift station
sewer.
and the raw water
Some
pump
kind of
station
water.
is up front.
Yeah.
Just drink the right one.
Anyway, any other questions? Thank you. I was really hoping it was a Chick-fil-A check. So that's what I read online, but it's not. Just pumps. Pretty, we need water, but need my chicken. All right, next item on the agenda is number 7, bill number 2937-22. We have a motion to approve. Alderman Yulidol.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve bill number 2937-22 Marketplace TIF Go Bond, first reading.
Revenue bond, sorry. Sorry, if you look at the printed version, it says revenue bond. There's a typo in the online version.
Okay, so Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve bill number 2937-22. Issuance of tax increasement bond for the Smithfield Commons project.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Alderman Chevalier? Second. Thank you. Any discussion? We have plenty of attorneys here to answer any questions that we may have.
Yeah,
And they will, Bill.
Mayor, I just,
They are available for a presentation to outline this process.
Yeah. Alderman Hartman, what was that?
yeah, Mayor, no, I just gonna say, this was an outstanding report. It's packed full of economic and financial data. I read that on my trip here to DC, and so I just want to say it was job well done. I mean, I think it's clear that this is going to help our community for several years moving forward. And again, just job well done to the folks who put it together.
Did you get me a pocket full of minutes from Congressman Graves' office this morning?
I should have, Mayor. I was in his office this afternoon. Darn it, I forgot to grab the.
All right. Make sure you do that next time. Does the board, would you guys like to see more information? I mean, Megan's eager to talk about numbers.
Yeah,
Let's go
look
for
at the
it. Let's
presentation.
talk all kinds of numbers.
Hello, everyone. I am Megan Miller. I'm here with Sid Douglas tonight. We are the city's Special Economic Development Council and Bond Council. I do want to just note, the mayor stated it, but there was a minor Scrivener's error. These aren't GO bonds. These are tax revenue bonds. So we just want to clear that up for the record. So tonight is a first reading to approve tax increment revenue bonds. These bonds would be issued by the city, but they are only secured by the revenue generated within the TIF, within the CID. There are no city revenues backing this. The city is not going to be obligated to cover any shortfall if there is one. The TIF currently operates on a pay-as-you-go basis. This would obviously allow for a quicker repayment to the developer. But however, with a pay-as-you-go TIF, when the developer has costs that are certified per the redevelopment agreement that's between the developer and the city, the outstanding costs generate interest. So currently under the redevelopment agreement, the interest rate is prime rate, as reported by the Wall Street Journal, +1 up to a maximum of 6%. This issuance would allow us to have a fixed rate of interest. And now in this interest rate market and after talks with the city's financial advisor, we think that we probably hit that maximum interest rate pretty quickly. And right now, with what the preliminary numbers and what the placement agent is showing, we would have a lower interest rate that would save about $1 million that would go back to the taxing jurisdictions, savings of to the taxpayers. So within the ordinance, you'll see that there are parameters there. So these parameters would provide for an interest rate of under 5%. Now we think that's probably the maximum. It's obviously the maximum because if it's above that, the bonds won't sell. But we do expect that to be quite a bit lower. What they're showing is about, let me pull my numbers. I need that. Let's see. They're showing a maximum of 4.25 for the Series A, and then a maximum of 4.75 for the Series B, the tax exempt bonds. So this also provides obviously for a maximum principal rate amount. I want to note that with that maximum rate, the developer will only receive the capped amount that is under the redevelopment agreement and the CID cooperative agreement. They will not receive any more money that they're not entitled to. So those project monies are completely, we've looked at them, they're certifiable, everything's legal under the CID Act and the TIF Act, and it is within the cap that we had set back in 2017. We also want to note that based on the projections by PGV, who did the revenue study, and UMB, the annual revenues are expected to be 1.4 times the projected annual debt service. So with those projected surpluses, it will fund a business interruption fund, which is essentially just cover for a shortfall if it were to occur. And then after that is filled, it will start redeeming bonds early. So they'll start paying things back. So based on all these documents, the bonds are fully expected to be paid off around 2035. So like I said before, these at a pay-go basis, they would also pay off in 2035 based on all these projections. But with the interest rate savings, there's that $1 million difference. So, does anybody have any questions?
Turn my mic back on. Anyone? Everyone?
That definitely
Everyone?
helped me.
It was light reading over the weekend. All right. No questions, no discussion. Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Kibelski,
Aye.
Alderman Russell,
Abstain.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
Alderman Hartman,
Aye.
Alderman Yulidol. Alderman Chevalier.
Aye.
5 with 1 abstained.
Motion carries. Ms. Wagner, please read the bill.
Sorry, I lost track. Give me 1 moment. I forgot I have to read bills. An ordinance authorizing the issuance of tax increment revenue bonds, Smithville Commons Project, Series 2022 of the City of Smithville, Missouri, and authorizing certain other actions and documents related to the bonds.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is number 8, bill number 2938-22. Alderman Yulidol.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve bill number 2938-22, rezoning and conceptual plan, Fairview Crossing, first reading.
Thank you. Alderman Chevalier had his hand up next. You want the second? Second. Thank you. Any discussion? No, there we go. All right, we have a public comment. Doug, you're up. Please state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes to address the board.
Doug Orton, 1000 Northeast 145th Terrace. And maybe I'm at the wrong meeting, but I was just curious. 3 years ago, they developed part of 144th. I believe it was Eric Craig and Wilkerson Creek LLC. And we talked, or I brought up about paving 144th. And at that point in time, both the developer and the city mentioned that it was not in the budget. But if they ever developed out at 144th and 169, then 144th would be paved. And I'm kind of curious if this development is going to have 144th paved for us, for the residents.
Jack, can you address that?
Yeah, our code would require.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, the code would require them to pave all of it adjacent to their property. So from however far east that goes, I don't know the exact distance, 1,300, 1,500, something like that feet. They would have to pave the road and put curb and gutter in on their side.
So it would go all the way back down to all the residents or just where they're going to develop?
Just their property.
So they still wouldn't pave the whole road.
Right, they would.
Okay.
Thanks, Jack.
And then also, and I haven't dug into it, but I'm curious about the stormwater runoff plan for this, as it will affect my property greatly.
They haven't got there yet. That's in the next.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'd be at the Tuesday meeting, right? Or the next time they're on the planning commission agenda, either this month, next month, or the following month.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Any other public comment? Okay. Any other discussion or questions? Alderman Chevalier?
Yeah, I just want to make remind that this is just a conceptual plan at the moment. So there's nothing like concrete that we're approving. It's just kind of the outline. So when we do have those other discussions that are coming up this month or next month, maybe next month. Yeah. So when those other discussions, that's the type of stuff that we would talk about at that point. Things like that.
Any other questions? Alderman Hartman, you good?
I'm good. I'm good, Mayor.
Okay. Just making sure since you're remote. All right, clerk, please call roll. We need to get you a second microphone.
Alderman Atkins.
Aye.
Alderman Chevalier.
Aye.
Alderman Yulidol.
Aye.
Alderman Russell.
Aye.
Alderman Kibelski.
Aye.
Alderman Hartman.
Aye.
6-0.
Motion carries. Ms. Wagner, please read the bill.
An ordinance approving a rezoning and conceptual plan, zoning plan for Fairview Crossing on certain lands located in the city of Smithville, Missouri, under the authority granted by the Code of Ordinances of the city of Smithville, Missouri.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is number 9. Bill 2939-22. Alderman Chevalier.
Thank you. I move to approve bill number 2939-22, the conceptual plan for McBee's Car Wash.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Alderman Kibelski. Second. Any discussion? Don't see any public comment cards. Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Yulidol.
Aye.
Alderman Atkins. Alderman Hartman.
Aye.
Alderman Chevalier.
Aye.
Alderman Kibelski.
Aye.
Alderman Russell.
Aye.
6-0.
Motion carries. Ms. Wagner, please read the bill.
An ordinance approving a conceptual plan, zoning plan for McBee's Coffee and Car Wash on certain lands located in the city of Smithville, Missouri, under the authority granted by the Code of Ordinances of the city of Smithville, Missouri.
Right on top of that one. Next item on the agenda is number 10, resolution 1059, special request hot summer nights. Alderman Chevalier.
Thank you. I move to approve resolution 1059, the special request for hot summer nights.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Alderman Atkins, second. Discussion. When I was reading through this, just make sure I'm correct. They're asking for a waiver of the fees for the courtyard in exchange for sponsorship, correct?
That is correct. For all nights of hot summer nights.
And one of those nights is Festiveville this year?
Correct.
Okay.
So there will actually be 3 nights that the Lions Club is requesting that the waiver of the rental fee.
Gotcha.
For those
Okay.
3 nights that they'll be doing it. So hot summer nights will be the 7th, 20th, and 27th.
Okay, so they're skipping one.
20th,
Gotcha.
27th.
Yeah,
Thank you.
6,
I
20,
didn't have it pulled up in
27.
front
Okay,
of me. Yeah.
so they're not doing all 4 this time.
They're not
Gotcha.
doing all 4. Festivale will be, yes,
So they've traded that date away. Okay.
that's correct.
Okay.
And the waiver would also include the security deposit of $200.
Gotcha. I'm sure the Lions will pick up their trash. Right, Miss Wagner and Lions Club. Anyway, next, all those in favor of approve resolution 1059, say aye.
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 Say no. Motion carries. Next item, which is why we have every HOA member on possible in this room, is number 11. Alderman Yulidol.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 1060, award of 2022 neighborhood beautification grants.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Alderman Chevalier.
Thank you. I'd like to recuse myself from this discussion as I'm a member of the board for Rollins Landing.
Thank you. You gonna sit in the audience? You're gonna hang out here? You're gonna sit over there by the other HOA? All right. You know what? I want to thank you HOA board members because y'all deal with way more than we deal with and it ain't easy. Can I get a motion or any discussion on this?
Mayor, I just want to comment that I appreciate that as a city, we've stepped forward and offered this grant, and looking through the applications through the variety of HOAs, job well done on filling those out. And I'm excited to see those changes We often take clients through these neighborhoods, and any improvements that are made are a plus. So thank you for your time and effort to the HOAs this evening and applying for this.
Any other discussion? Yes, Deb. If you want to, one of the applicants is. Could you, okay. Step up to the mic so they can hear you.
Everyone in the city for offering this opportunity for us to actually beautify our neighborhoods. I'm sure all of the other HOA people feel the same. This is a wonderful opportunity and we're just thrilled to pieces about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm Jane Crampton. I'm our HOA board president. When I have spoken to our residents about this, they are thrilled because we have a community that has a lot of amenities that will need some love. So thank you very much for whoever idea this was. We appreciate it.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving resolution 1060, say aye.
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 All opposed, say no. It's 5-0. All right, should we keep John in the corner? I think that's kind of nice. Yeah, I guess. Next item on the agenda is number 12, resolution 1061. Alderman Yulidol.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 1061, final plat Diamond Creek.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? I saw they got roads in, so all good. All those in favor of approving resolution 1061, say aye.
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 Those say no. All right, motion carries. New number 13 is resolution 1052. And do we want to do these separate or together, Linda? 13 and 14. I mean, we put it as 13. Okay, well, I'll entertain a motion to approve item number 13, which is resolution 1052, 1053. Alderman Russell.
Second.
I just need a motion to approve.
Oh, yeah, motion to approve.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second with, I guess we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
after.
Okay, I was gonna say.
By making the motion in a second, you allow the conversation
there
and
you go.
discussion.
Thank you.
I know how this
Now,
works.
discussion. Alderman Yulidol.
I've got a couple questions. Is there anybody here that's involved in the Lake Fest permit applications?
No? Anyone online? I see iPhone and Glorious tab 7. I don't know who the iPhone is, but.
I mean, my question is for clarification on the map. One of the things I was looking for in the packet is a layout of the vendors, and we need to adjust the road closure so that we have access to an alleyway south of Main Street between Bridge and Commercial. For public safety reasons, those businesses are open and have deliveries that have to go out on every day of the week. So for public safety reasons and for those businesses that are doing constant deliveries and pickups, we've got to keep one side of that alley open at all times. We'd like both. If your layout allows that, we would like to keep that alley open. So I need some more information in regards to this. It's not that I'm opposed to approving this tonight, but I would like the map adjusted to keep that alleyway open.
Yeah, I had a lot of questions on this application because it does say see map on a number of these items, but when you look at the map, it doesn't have, I don't see where the vendors are going to be. Last year, we had a lot of trash, food waste, because they had food trucks and generators next to adjacent to businesses. We had ants everywhere after this and flies because didn't clean up sidewalks. So if we're gonna have, food trucks, it'd be nice to have them on North Commercial next to the bathrooms and, picnic tables. I just think that the application's lacking and we need a lot more clarification on this.
Mayor, instead of taking a vote this evening, and this may be an answer for a question for Linda, can we push this to the next agenda with the hope that the applicant could attend and provide some additional clarification?
Yeah, we can have a motion to postpone the items.
And
Somebody
if I
want to
could
make that
clarify
motion?
on
Yeah.
that as well, so if we'd need to make sure that this motion is acted upon, and then we have a motion to postpone it.
Yep.
But what I would suggest in tandem with Alderman Hartman's comment, we can go back to them, get some clarification, revise the packet, ensure they're here for any questions that might be available. But hopefully, given this information, we're able to address those questions in a resubmittal of the event request.
I mean, it seems like they rushed this and the event's is coming up in, a month and we don't have a lot of information. to act
The
on.
event is in June, so we can work with them and bring this back on the agenda on the 17th.
I just want to make sure that
Mhm.
there's enough information in
Sure.
here that we know what's happening. I mean, this has been around for a couple of years. We need to make sure things are taken care of at the end of the event also.
Yeah, and I noticed we had, adjusted fees and stuff for city staff and they're requesting city staff, but it doesn't really say
Right.
what they're there for. And also it says they are estimating 1,000 people and Porter John requirements are 3 for every 500. So there's a few things too we need to ask them about. It's unfortunate they didn't take the time to show up tonight when all these other people did. All right, so we need a motion to postpone first. If you want to postpone it.
Yeah, let's make a motion to postpone.
Okay. Alderman Yulidol makes a motion to postpone item 13, which is resolution 1052, 1053. Do I have a second?
Mary, I'll second that.
Thank you. Any discussion? I saw you, Alderman Russell. Were you just trying to make the motion or did you have a question? Okay.
No.
You want to do roll call, Linda, or just voice vote for postponing? All right. All those in favor of postponing item or resolution 1052, 1053, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion item is postponed. Do we need any other action on the motion to discuss?
I don't believe so. And we'll
Good.
bring.
All right, any other public comment? Sure, I'll get a good recap of the meeting on Uncensored later tonight. With that, I'll entertain any new business. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
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 Opposed, say no. Stand adjourned.